distracted.
Welcome to the Distracting Podcast. Thank you, Mark, for getting that in there. Yes, I got someone finally. Everyone goes quiet before I hit record. It's very fun. Isabel, thank you very much for the resub. You just like seeing the Dreadly, don't you? The old Dreadnought. G'day, folks. Welcome to Wobbly Player Syndrome, the 40k podcast with us. I had something fancy to say, but it's not fancy because it's us. I'm Greg. You probably know me. We've got Radio Mike.
Hey.
We've got Safe for Work Mark.
Hey, everybody.
Not Safe for Work Mark.
Distracted at the moment. Hi.
And I'm too tired for this, Anthony.
Good evening.
Good evening. Somebody wake him up.
Well,
What you need to do is have the podcast, have it like just a vest, a nice woolly vest, so you just, really look like the... Yeah. There you go.
I need your blanket around here somewhere.
That's it. Oh, no! I've just realised my granny blanket's over to the right, so if I suddenly go off camera, it's because I got a little bit cold.
I feel like we're probably mostly feeling a bit too tired for this.
No, we're excited to be here, folks. We're here for you. Looking at you, boardmate.
Being tired is a state of being.
That's it. It's. I think it happened as soon as that first child turned up. Really.
Yeah. Being tired is a lifestyle.
Anthony, your mic seems like you're using one in the room, not one attached to your head.
Oh, really? Again?
Yeah.
Dear.
You do that while I'll talk about what we're here for about. It's episode 53 of the 40k podcast we all love and listen to. Wobbly Player Syndrome. And we have, I think we're calling it Finer Things in Life. Is that what it is?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh my
That
god!
spectacular conversation we had where everyone was contributing.
I
including
swear,
me, not.
everyone should pay extra just to get the behind scenes and see the professionalism that is this podcast.
A quality 10-cent worth.
We'll take it.
Sorry.
All right,
Can you hear me there?
yes, it's all good. It's all good. Welcome back. How is everyone? Doing well?
Yeah, good.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Getting on.
Yeah.
He's saying fabulous because he had a nice win on the weekend. We'll get to that. I might go get my granny blanket at that point, but we'll see what happens. But before we get to our cool stuff, we'll get through our usual stuff. Not saying your segment's not cool, Michael. That'd be harsh if I said that.
Oh,
So here we go. New releases. It's Michael.
yeah, I'm not sure there are many things associated with me that are cool. Probably the first thing on the list was the last thing up last time, which was Codex Chaos Space Marines,
Yes.
which finally friggin' came out, which was very cool.
And has everyone watched some battle reports regarding that? And seen how hardcore Abaddon is, and nobody wants to see that on the table ever.
Yeah. Is Abaddon pretty... I've been in like a daze, like the last month,
Yeah.
So is Abaddon pretty fucked up?
So you know how Gaz can't take more than 3 wounds off him?
Yeah.
So does Abaddon, but he heals D3 wounds each turn.
Oh boy. That,
okay.
what?
Yeah.
Fucking
Awesome.
what?
Awesome.
Well, I guess that explains how he's managed 13 Crusades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a video where he does like 10 rounds against all the elites. All the
So is
Primarchs or anything like that.
his special rule just called "Tis but a scratch"?
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty full on.
What was that?
It's brutal.
That's fucked, man. Yeah, no, I hadn't been paying attention. So following that, we had a made to order where you could get yourself a 90s Blood Bowl mutants team, like with the Skaven and the Chaos mutants. That was really cool.
That one, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I meant to get the Skaven ones because I have all of the Chaos ones, but I didn't get around to it.
Oh.
I don't think we had anything after that before all of the Necromunda stuff came out, which I've been super fucking hyped for.
Oh, the bug riders and the buggies and stuff. Ash race.
Yeah, we got the special character Bug Rider and the special character Orlok Quad Biker, and the Squat Prospectors, which Greg hates, and the Cargo.
Hang on, let's just go back. I hate the helmets. That's all.
Yeah.
Just the helmets.
Yeah. Greg hates squats. It's cool.
Land train. That thing looked awesome.
Yeah, the Ridge Hauler and the trailer.
Yeah.
There may well be pictures on that on my progress because I did build the Ridge Hauler and the trailer.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah, I haven't painted it yet, obviously. And so after that, we also about the same time had the chapter approved and the General's Handbook come out. Then we had the Heresy box set finally showed up with the Heresy Rhino and the Heresy Kratos and the upgrade sets and the books for the Loyalists and the Traders. And
Huge.
this weekend on pre-order is all Kill Team stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got the new paint range going up.
We did.
Pre-order this
We're just
weekend.
talking about that off camera. Again, join us for those special behind the scenes.
The intelligent conversation.
And things that have been announced into the far future, but we don't know, God knows when they're going to fucking come out. Angron!
Angron! Oh my god.
Motherfucking Angron! Chaos gets another Primarch and the Lion is still having a sleep!
Yep. And Salaman, Falcon's still playing hide and seek, but nobody's looking.
I'm just going to have to paint my Dark Angels in stripes because the Lion still sleeps tonight in the jungle. It's ridiculous!
You need one holding up a Primus.
There's too many loyalists still on Gap Millennia.
Yeah, or the one who's not on Gap Millennia, he's here, he's present, just having a sleep.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, laziest Primarch ever.
he had a big night. Yeah, really big night.
Yeah, and they also did like Heresy Kabanda. I think he's a new model. The Kabanda, the fucking
I did
Blood
see
Angels
that.
Nemesis. And that cool new Heresy Predator, not Praetor.
Predator. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, it's a Demos Predator, like with like a bajillion weapon options because it's a Heresy one. Which
Yeah.
I'm super stoked for because I've got several squads of those in the expensive resin ones. I'd love to have some cheap plastic ones.
Yes. Yes. If they could bring them all out, that'd be great. I want that fire.
You'll be able to tell the difference because the resin ones will have crooked barrels.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
resin ones will all droop in the heat.
Yeah. Paint them white like a stormtrooper.
That's a resin Volkite. You need to wait a couple of minutes between firing.
Yeah.
Paint it blue pill. Ah, cool. That's good. What's wrong with the paints? That's exciting. New paint range. White spray that works. Woo!
That is legitimately-
I've never had a problem.
I've had a problem with that white. Yeah.
Yeah, their white is, yeah.
Honestly, their current white spray paint, I've never not had a problem.
It was like
It's
spraying
been real bad
shortcuts
for me.
on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
terrible.
That's why I only paint all my Nighthawk with the white,
Yeah.
and never had a single problem, no matter whether it's a typical Canberra day of fantastic 2 degrees or 35 degrees. Never had a problem.
I just like
You're
I
the one in a
basically
million.
stopped painting. I stopped painting my Chaos Demons because I was painting my Nurgle with washes, and I just didn't want to have to use that white spray anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's
What-
why I
what
stopped
was this
painting
new-
that army.
What was this new white so welcome? And what was wrong with the old one?
It
Just
was
got really chalky and
chalky,
sprayed like
yeah.
shit, and it wasn't super white.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Apparently the new one is a brighter white, and they're allegedly they fixed the consistency issues, which will be great if it's true. That'll be phenomenal.
I found an
Yeah.
alternative. It's half the cost, and their paints are really good, so I'm happy. I couldn't wait for them to reissue a white paint.
But messing with the holy trinity of washes, I
Ooh,
I-
yeah.
how I feel about that.
Yeah, reformulating Nuln Oil is like that's a risky proposition.
Unless they make it non-spillable, non-oil.
And Agrax and Sepia, or Seraphim Sepia as well. It's it's just this could
Yeah.
go badly.
I'd love some aggregates
that-
that doesn't jump out of the bottle.
Yeah, see?
So they're reformulating Seraphim Sepia and not Reichland Flesh Shade.
No. Yeah. That was basically So it was Seraphim, Agrax, and Nuln that were getting redone. Apparently,
Okay.
Frightening to see what it comes up with. We'll see.
but at least the Flesh Shade will still work.
Maybe they're trying to make it more of an ink. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes, eh?
Yeah. I do
I mean, I
use
think
all
listen-
three. Everyone uses all three, right? At some point.
I mean,
Yeah.
There's two of them.
Actually, if the Seraphim Sepia becomes less flowy, that would make painting my Deathwing a lot easier.
No, I need it to be flowy because that's how I do most of the rust look on my Death Guard.
Yeah, I have the opposite problem because I also do it for painting the same color,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
and-
don't want it to get sloppy.
Yeah.
And it not being blotchy is really handy for NIDs.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll agree to disagree. Don't touch it either way. We've all worked out how to use it. Stop it! Stop it!
It's like messing with chocolate bar recipes and stuff. Like,
That's right.
you just don't do
You
it.
just don't do it.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of don't do it, we are missing someone today, and he's going to come up first as a hobby, so we're going to move on. Oh, that's me. Hobby progress. I've been painting the 4 knights that I've got, and I'm getting very close to finishing one of them. So I know I've been doing a production line, so now it's down to one at a time. So you'll actually see that they'll start to get finished. The Warhound that you'll see come up is essentially done. Just got to seal it, and then I'm going to weather it. And I've got to work out what I'm going to do with the base. But you can see the colouring I'm using. It's the blue and the grey. It's not a white. It's a grey. It's deliberately not white. I won't paint white ever again. But I love these models. I do really enjoy these models. So it'd be fun.
I basically don't paint white. I use Ulthuan Grey as white.
That's what this is. This is Ulthuan Grey for, yeah. And, a P3 Grey underneath. I can't remember the P3 Grey, so we'll just call it P3 Grey. It's very exciting.
I tended to use white and then just wash it to not be white anymore.
Yeah, that's what I do.
We all love white. We all agree. What we got
Some of those
next?
new contrasts are going to make those guns throw. The energy coils are going to really make them kick. So, it'll be interesting.
So the gardens there with the Tesseract and the contrast green, orc green. The warp green contrast and Tesseract glow is what those guns are with. Yes, words are fun. Moving on.
Words.
Alright, war on grey plastic is not going so well. But the war of unboxed miniatures is going well.
Yeah, so like as I said, I built a ridge hauler that you can see there, the Cargo 8. Came slightly damaged, but I got that fixed up, so it's good. I got a trailer, which I also did, so I can build like a land train out of them, which is great. And a pile of armored containers as well, because every one of them comes with an armored container. So I've got so many of those armored containers now. And I built the quads for the Orlocks because the quad bikes are cool.
They are cool.
And a special character, Orlock quad, which is come with resin from Forge World. Oh my god, so many fucking resin pipes and chain. Just so much resin bullshit going on in the back of that friggin' special character. Just pray to the dark gods that nothing gets bent when it's on shipping to you, because that's a mess to line up if it does. Is that back to the first one again?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think so.
Yep. Okay, well, I also did paint a little bit on my Intercessor squad for the War on Grey Plastic, which they're just green currently, so they're not super interesting.
But the grey is much better.
The grey is much better. I also built the Squat Prospectors, I think, this month.
I didn't see them.
And I also built my Ash Waste Nomads gang, I think, this month.
I didn't see any photos of them, so they're not here.
They're on there, but
Yeah, maybe I
They were
saw
a
that
while.
helmet and said, "Nah."
they might have been at the end of last month, not at the start of this month, which would
Maybe.
mean they were after the podcast, but before this month started.
Yep. Everybody got that? Everyone playing at home got that? Good.
Yeah. The important thing to remember, everyone take notes. But brr.
Who's up next? Oh, looks like some Phobos has decided to pop out and say hello. Anthony.
Oh, yeah, it's my Crusade force. So, yeah, it's my ever-growing Crusade force. It's way beyond a Crusade force now. So, yeah,
Nice.
I now have 4 squads of the... God, what are they called? They all start with I.
Vanguard?
Incursors?
They're eye marines.
The ones with the anyway.
They're
So the
incursors and
orcs-
infiltrators, aren't they, or something?
Yes, incursors and infiltrators. They're infiltrators, I think.
I just don't know. I've got fuck all chance to figure it out.
And there's my captain, Captain Antheus, named after the first Primarch that Commander Dante met in the Battle of Baal.
So, Captain Antheus?
Antheus.
Right, and named after, not you. Gotcha. Right, gotcha.
No, it was actually when I read the book, I was like, I have to have a special character one day named after this person.
Yes, this person being me. Yeah, got it, yeah.
No, my captain on the Dawn Shield jet bike is named after me. It's Antonius Cato, which is my mum's maiden name and by their first name. So,
No, everybody got that right for his password questions as well?
I do
All
love
you need
the
now is his birthday.
And his special rules are the same as Dante and Mephiston rolled together.
oh no, yeah, he's better than both of them. Brilliant, as Greg will attest to.
I do love the 90s Tech Marine.
Yeah. Again, there's no Phobos Tech Marine. Where'd that guy come from?
Oh, the tech marine is for my Grey Knights. So I built a new force for Grey Knights that has the Corvus Black Stars acting as Storm Ravens.
Yeah.
Because I had them and I didn't want to buy Storm Raven, and I think they look better anyway. And there is a Grey Knights force that the tech marine gets a warlord trait where he just heals 3 wounds per turn on whatever vehicle he's near. So you stick him. Hopefully, and he can give them 4-up invulnerable saves and all sorts of stuff. So it was an attempt to try and do something a bit different with the Grey Knights. I did play it against Chris, and it went quite well. I lost by a point, which is pretty good for me against Chris. But yeah, the Storm Ravens are awesome. Having 2 of them flying around is great fun.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Mark, you ready for your reel of models? There it is.
Which one?
No, the Mark who's got a figure, as opposed to the other person who doesn't.
My one.
Yep.
I just like this little fella, little Kenway, just taking a stroll amongst the blue flowers. No, man, he's symbol of death, just pretty blue flowers. No, I really actually love this model out of all the Night Hawk ones I've done, because I actually succeeded, in my own opinion, on the trim on his hood. So, for those who do bother to check out my Instagram feed, you'll see this one that's on there, and you can see the dark green with the brassy tones clicking through the melody black on it. And just happy with the way it came out. And, for me, it was a success, just playing around with the different techniques and models and the paint type. So, nothing fancy, but I'm happy with it.
That looks good in the photo, so it must look better in the person.
It's always good when you get a detail like that. Like,
Yeah.
I had one model, I painted a spanner on it. It's like the tiniest part of the model, and I was like super stoked with it.
Yeah. It's that one little thing. But that one more thing I'm very happy with. You can't see it from the angle that I've got there, but the cracked earth terrain that I've got there, playing around with highlights and shades, that Agrax Earth shade, they better not screwed me up too much. You can't see it on this particular pic, but it come up really well as well. So very happy with it. It's right there because I'm actually been doing a lot with a legitimate 3D purchase of my mini factory of a knight that I'm printing out. So when I get around to putting that sucker together, it could be a bit of fun.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the whole army.
I can't wait to get it up and running and have a go. Get some of you other folks out and have a game of AOS using my the Smurf cast that I've got sitting here against these guys. It'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah. You see that message that just came in?
It's all right. Message that just come in. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Cool. That's our hobby progress. Yay, we could put paint to brush. No, we put brush to paint. We did something. Oh, we put glue to something, and Mark, safe for work, Mark's going, I miss hobbying.
Yeah, one day I'll finish my Tyrannofex.
We know you really miss it when you start putting nail oil on the shiny baby. I'm just trying to shade it. Just trying to shade it.
Shade the toes.
Yeah. Well, if they make it more powdery. Anyway, what do we do now? Battle reports. I don't know if I want to do battle reports. I don't know how well I did with these battle reports. I played 3 games. I know that much. Which battle report comes up first? That looks like a board. I still don't know what. Oh, that's the. That looks like my witches versus Adam Slanish when he had 4 Keepers of Secrets and Be'lakor, and I did not.
Didn't they limit those or something?
No, this is a tournament list of a variant of a tournament list that I showed him once, so it's my fault.
That was a brutal game to watch.
Oh my god, it was devastating. I just cannot stop these people. I know it was very painful. Once again, witches show if they got invulnerable saves or if it's got the enemy's got invulnerable save or 2-up save, it's just so hard for them to do anything. And it was just smashing, absolute smashing. What was it? 48. Oh, it wasn't an absolute smash. 48-39. It could have been worse. There are certain games coming up that will be worse. But look, we still had fun. I never want to see him again, but we still had fun.
That's why it's not on the podcast, is it?
That's it. He's in timeout.
He's been banished.
Yeah. Speaking of banished, now I've got my witches trying again, but now against the lads in gold. Anthony can talk about this.
This was a pretty brutal game, and I felt really bad for bringing the Custodies. I hadn't played them for ages. I hadn't played them since they were supposedly nerfed. I can't see it myself. the stratagems that they took away from me, I didn't use once. And yeah, look, it turned out to be fairly one-sided.
Sorry.
I had fun. It was actually a fun game to play.
It was a fun game to play. It was just yeah. Witches, pure. When I say Drakari, it's pure witches, and against 2-up armor. No.
36 storm bolter shots into your bikes pretty much reduce them to nothing.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. The Custodies, like, you'll have 3 figures just staring down a horde coming towards them, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Just take it. Yeah, there's a photo there of 2 Custodies taking on bikes and everything else, and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll be fine. I think I lost 7 figures in total. Something like that.
But how many figures did you bring?
20 of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's fairly heavy infantry and bikes. It was, what,
That's
7
just
bikes
shy
on the
of
table?
half.
Yeah. It doesn't look like much when you put it in the box. But look, it was...
Seeing all the bikes on bikes, I'll say that.
Yeah. Oh, look, he outnumbered me in bikes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, yeah, winning on 4s, no AP.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And that's what hurt me. And I couldn't get any secondaries, so the score ended up being 60-5.
Oh,
Sheesh.
Sorry,
That was turn
Ouch.
3.
That's
Turn 3's
not
done.
pretty.
I think I'm done.
That's not pretty.
No,
I told you to add the painting. We both painted it as 15 to 75.
you don't get 15 for painted. Yeah, so that was pretty brutal. Yeah, that's the witches.
Yeah,
Look, I took the witches because I knew you hadn't played. I was like, all right, I'll bring them along. I'll give them a go. I was expecting not Custades.
Well, I knew you didn't like the Grey Knights, so I was like, I can't take Grey Knights to Greg again. And the last time I played you was with Blood Angels, so I was like, well, and
That's fine.
I've sold my Tyranids. It was just Custodies.
That's
Or
all
Astra
good.
Militari, which I'm not playing until the new Codex comes out.
I did see Lilith went, okay, Lilith, now I understand why she's so hardcore. I never read her rules right. Her blade gives her exploding 6s on to hit, right? So does her Warlord trait.
Oh.
So, when she's rolling 7 dice to attack, and you get, 3 6s, that's an additional 6 hits, not an additional 3 hits. I go, okay, yeah, she's a mob killer. Alright, yeah. Not so much against 2+ armor, but yeah.
But she did wipe that squad eventually.
She did,
Took a
yes.
while.
Took 2 turns, yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw her worth there. Okay. But
Yeah.
the witches will be put away again. They're still scattered. Their bodies are still scattered in front of me at the moment. So.
And whatever that whip was that you got moved that automatically hit, that was pretty potent.
Oh yeah, so they'd have a weapon that whatever's attacking it halves their attacks, and if I attack you, it's auto hit. And when the succubus naturally has 6 attacks, it's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
yeah. So there's a couple of things that worked well, but overall,
I did enjoy Voldus cutting the skiff you had. In
the Hellion, the solo Hellion said, sod this, and charged a warlord. I went, stuff it. Didn't wend well for him.
No, couldn't do anything.
But on a lighter note, I did get a win. Yay! I did bring out my Salamanders because I've been reading Fire Drake, and I've just been going, I must play my Redeemer. I must have fire everywhere. So I did make a fluff list where the Redeemer, as much fire weapons I could, melters and stuff. And I actually brought 3 characters. Whoops. Brought Agatone. Oh, look there. Agatone, Palace, and Harith Sheth. Those guys, the captain, the apothecary, who've been legendized, and I got to play against Nathan's orcs, and these orcs are so cool because he's converted the, what are they called?
Caradron Overlords.
Thank you, Caradron Overlord boats into battle wagons and Wartsnagger buggies and stuff like that. So it was really fun to watch, and it was a really fun game because he played very orky. He went, Decision Fire! Yeah, and he got very frustrated with the Redeemer because he could not kill it. He had mega knobs and power armor coming at him and stuff like that, and he's just flames, death. It was brutal. The one big final scene where I had my 3 heroes had to try and take down the war boss, and it took all 3 of them. So yeah, the orc war boss are pretty hardcore. So that was fun. We forgot about primaries. I don't think any of us scored any primaries in the whole game. It's great.
That doesn't surprise
kill
me.
each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me that his orcs were like, objectives, what's that? We'll go stab that.
That's pretty much what he did. He said, I got line breaker because I'm running at you and not stopping. Fair enough.
That his like pirate orc army is literally built with like, what's the most orky bullshit I can do with this, not what works.
Yeah.
It looks so
awesome.
fucking good.
It is awesome. He's going to have a bit of trouble with the balance. I don't know how he's going to keep that because they're pretty big models with really spindly little...
Yeah, I was amazed by the size of the flight stands those things come with.
Yeah, they're huge.
But there's still the little stick. It's like he's had to pin one of the boats. And, we gave him some death roll. I love the boat with the death roll at the front. As the battle wagon.
I think that's the Mex one, isn't it? The one with the death roller?
It's one of the battle wagons. I don't know what it's called. Death wagon or something like that. Yeah. And there's the gun wagon.
I think it's the one for his mech. His mech goes in that battle wagon.
Yes. His mech did jump out in front of my Redeemer. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Coolest concept armies ever. That was so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
It was very cool. It was very good.
Yeah.
I'm inspired to get my hobby on, that's for sure.
Yeah. Just say with my knights, I want to get these ones just as is, and the next ones I'll start playing with. But it's just for the boats, we go, you could do this, you could do that, it'd be so cool. But it's not my army. He's already worked out what he's doing.
Yeah, those gunboats are so cool. As he says, it's modelling for disadvantage, but it looks cool.
So that's the only catch because they're flyers. They're quite high up. We sort of we don't count from here, and anything up above, don't worry about it because you don't want to handicap modelling. Where people make poses like this and stuff. I can see the tip of his toe, his finger. No.
It is technically both an advantage and a disadvantage because the models are too big, so they're easier to see. But also that means these models can see further because you can see from any part. So it's both, but they just look fucking awesome.
They do.
Yeah.
Good evening, Joker.
It's nice to see some AOS coming into 40k because the first time I saw Custodes, I honestly thought they were Stormcast, and I got pulled to shreds in a Facebook chat because saying, what Stormcast are those over there? Fucking Stormcast, they're Custodes, you fucking dickhead. I'm going, what? No.
Who am I thinking of?
Some people are super serial.
If you
I don't pay attention to Imperial Forces for crying out loud.
if you jump on a Twitch channel, Transistor, her current work that she's doing at the moment is turning the oh my god, Stormcast into Space Marine faction. So
The name?
Transistor.
Yeah.
Trans Sister.
Yeah.
Yep, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of cool conversions where they get Stormcast and turn them into Marines.
Yeah.
They look very cool.
They do look very cool. Yeah.
Well, if anyone wants some, I've got about 4 billion of the fuckers.
No.
I mean, I've kind of got Stormcast beyond the dreams of avarice myself right now. So
It drives me nuts how many I've got. I've stopped building the bastards.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot the one thing that did come out in Australia anyway. The Imperium magazine is now available in Australia.
yeah,
Yes.
you think I'd know that? I signed up for that.
Uh,
Yeah, the Imperium magazine finally came out. It's because my son was interested in the Necrons.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
other
we've signed up
son-
so to build up the Necrons for my eldest son, and I'll get some sisters out of it and stuff. So yeah.
So far, his interest in Necrons has mostly been like trying to force me to buy as many Croissant fighters as I can get away with and build those for him.
It's funny enough. I have the one that my son built right in front of me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think the box is a little bit to the left. Yeah. 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 So I got carried away. All right. So the ladder. I know Anthony wants me to read the ladder. There you go. Everyone got that? Good. All right. Even with my demolishing loss and the other loss, but I got a win. I'm still holding third spot. Adam is in second spot, and 5-point lead is Anthony. Huzzah! Well done.
Oh,
Yay.
I should probably get on that scoreboard one day by actually playing some 40k games for a
It
while.
would be good. Yeah. Yeah.
have I played enough games to get on there yet?
No, you have not played enough games to even get the
2 more.
spoon.
2 more, Michael. 2 more.
I've only played one game this year.
Correct.
Yeah. I was
Fucking
asking you.
hell.
Well,
I feel like I
that's
should have
it.
played more, but yeah, I think both times I've had a game hooked up was the week I got COVID or my son got COVID.
Yeah.
And we're going to play this week, hopefully.
I think it's probably you, Anthony.
Michael. We still haven't played a game at all.
Oh, yeah, no, Michael and I. Yes, right. So to me, weren't we? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to play later this week. Once
Yes.
we figure out a time and a date.
Yes, that's right. It's you and me are meant to be playing this week. Oh, that's right. You're meant to be playing Nathan. I got it. So Nathan,
Yeah,
if he's lucky, could be getting the wooden spoon before you.
Nathan, if you want a game, you're out there.
Very good. All right, mate, we're going to have our short break, and then we'll get into the meat of this pasta bowl. I don't know. I'm going to go away. Let's go have a break.
We are Rollers, and we have the games for you. Be it board games, card games, dice games, or party games. You name it, and we have it. Find us online at rollersboardgames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at rollersboardgames.
From acoustic to distortion, Storyboard Concept is music that's honest, relaxing, and full ball rockin' music. Follow Colin at storyboardconcept.bandcamp.com.
I hardly drink, so I'm like, if I want to drink, I'm going to drink. Fuck
I
July.
wish the ad had finished just a little bit early just to get that comment in. So- Welcome back, folks. Hope you had a nice little break there, because we did. Again, you should be listening to the off-camera stuff.
Oh, shit. My wife says all she can hear from this room that I'm in is giggling, and she wonders if we are serious. Which I always respond, no.
We're very serious. We take this
What the
stuff
hell?
very serious.
Yeah.
Now we're going to we should have one now. We're going to talk about the finer things in life. Oh, yes. Oh, I've got a pause.
Of course I'm serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Yes. There's a problem in the cockpit. What is it? Small place for the pilot seat, but that's not important right now. We love it. Come on.
Where do these stairs go? They go up.
Yeah.
Does the guy wearing the Ghostbusters
So
t-shirt?
I was playing a game the other night, and somebody had said, "Where do these stairs go?" I said, "No, you did not seriously say that." Oh, no, it was a game. It was a Twitch channel. That's right. It was on Twitch. I said, "You can't say that. How did nobody say they go
You don't
on?"
lead with that.
No. Anyway, What are we going to talk about this month? Glad you asked. We're going to talk about what makes a good game of 40k. Right? We play a lot of it. Some of us more than others. And we've been playing for a long time. So we've got some experiences, good and bad. 60 to 5.
Sorry, my score against Crusade's Harlequins was even less than your score.
Ooh.
That's just a big load of oof.
Oh, God, it demolished me in one turn, like 900.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been in the receiving end of that. Again, with my witches. I don't know why I'm playing. I've had one win. Like last month, we talked about the Crusade and about narrative play and how we're excited about it and stuff like that. We talk about battle reports each month as well. We keep coming back. We have a mixture of results, some great ones, some close ones and stuff, but we keep coming back. So the question I put to you and everyone out there listening, what makes a good game of 40k? I mean, is it stomping on your opponent till there's nothing left of their soul? Or is it having a good old yarn with them at the same time and seeing that storytelling coming in the middle of battles? What is it?
I think
Don't all answer at once. Yeah.
You and I have been playing for a long time.
Yes.
And I mean, the banter in the games and just the absolute out that we can sometimes just feel for the dice rolls is just keeps the amusement alive. You know, every time I rolled a 6 the other night, you're really in tears.
I didn't want to table flip because that's my models as well. But
And every time you had to roll a 6, it just wasn't working for you.
fire up
But
in
you know-
models, yeah, 1s and 2s.
But there was still humour, and it was still fun, and we still had a bit of a giggle, and you know, I think that's why I keep playing. And I think the other thing is, I mean, and I think I'm pretty inspired by Nathan's work on his models, is you know, you get to see so many cool different armies and how they're done, and I really, I mean, I'm inspired by Nathan. He's got the hobby mojo of the year as far as I'm concerned. What I see.
Yeah.
So look, I think you know, getting ideas off other players is really cool and seeing what people are doing. And I've got to learn how to spray air gun like
Yep.
you are at the moment. I haven't done that yet.
I'm still learning, so don't learn off me. Yeah.
But, look, you know,
I still can't do it.
I mean, we're a pretty good. It's a pretty good bunch. We've got in our RLG group as well, and everyone's fun. You know, The
Except
kids-
Chris. No.
But look, games are fun. They're just you've got to be on the ball.
Well, that's it. Look, I've just had a bad loss. You just described you had a bad loss with Chris and stuff, but we keep coming back. So there must be something we're enjoying, or we've got a concealed weapon. I'm not sure, but
We just want to use the thousands of dollars we've spent.
A lot of the time, it's the randomness of stuff. Like you can, when you play a game and someone's math hammered it, and it just goes their way all the time. That's not fun. When the guy who's math hammered it just tanks his dice rolls massively, that's when it becomes fun. You know what I mean? Because it sort of becomes anyone's game. I love explosions. I love death throws. I love perils of the warp. All of those kind of random goofy things that just destroy whatever plan you had. That's one of the reasons I keep coming
So
back.
I just want to touch on that. You said the guy who maths hammers and just absolutely trounces someone. Well, I'm assuming for them that's fun.
I'm sure that is.
There definitely seems to be for some people where, you know, the fun is building a list that statistically can't lose.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then my fun is beating that list with a list I put together 2 minutes before the game.
I love that. I did send Greg an apology after the game. I was like, I'm so sorry. It's not how I was meeting. I know it was a tournament, well, not a tournament game, but it's a competition game. But I don't want to win like that.
Yeah,
No,
very rarely do I feel good about annihilating someone when it does happen.
No, I can't say.
It's no fun.
Well, I don't know if he was here. When he first started playing, that was that match. You sort of go, okay, we'll play again. Yeah, all right. You keep coming back, which he must be enjoying it, but it's very one-sided. Now, he's not anymore. He's second on the ladder. He's worked out what he's doing. So we need to stop that. But
we're just giving you some stiff competition this year, Greg.
I think I've got the most losses in the group, so I think you've done that.
Greg's definitely been getting a stiff something from a couple of people.
But as I said, it's all those epic moments, like my red ultramarine getting shot at by an entire army with no cover and just dancing around all of the hellfire, or that moment where my hive tyrant went up on top of a building, tried to cast like a smite, and then exploded because of perils of the warp, or parking a land speeder backwards into a piece of terrain so that I could get line of sight off an antenna or something. It's all those goofy, down to the wire. Well, I could do this. It might not work, but it'd be fun.
Yeah,
kind of moments.
Changing my last Hellion into a Custodes general. Yeah, why not? That's the gonna happen.
Yeah, like none of my cool moments in 40k stories start with so I was crushing this guy to a paste and he couldn't fight back. None of them start like that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, the memorable games are definitely when, that's exploded, which has caused this to explode, which has caused this to explode! Yeah, we do enjoy those games.
I've just seen some of the shenanigans that come out of, the abilities that some of the models, in particular the characters, happen. And for me, it's like, when I've seen Nighthorn, I'm talking the wrong figures now, my Necrons, I've got my warriors, I'm down to my last one, and I roll that lucky one, which brings another one up, brings another one up, brings another one up.
Meanwhile,
what the fuck?
What's side of the table, people's pulling their hair out. No!
Another one. And just like, people just go, how do you do that? I don't fucking know, but I'm loving the moment. It's hilarious.
Well, when your poxwalkers drag down a Custodes and turn it into a poxwalk, I go, it's kind of a bit sickening, but it's enjoyable at the same time.
When a knight comes up to an astropath and I go, bang, and then the knight runs away.
An astropath, man! I could not kill that son. He whoop fired me, then he overwatched me and pulled off a bloody wound with his bolt las pistol, and then I charged him and he clubbed me with his frickin' full staff.
Beautiful. That's why we
right.
That's why we play.
You're on.
Because it sums it up right there, doesn't it? Yes, and she has been elevated.
and this is it. That some of the best moments in 40k aren't necessarily when I was winning.
Yeah.
No. It's very true.
Plan stuff.
Yeah, I think kind of more generally, it's kind of when both players are on the same wavelength. Like, if one of us was playing a super serious, sweaty 40k player who wasn't there for the jokes, wasn't there for the banter, just wanted to win and then leave, that would not be a fun game for either of us, I suspect.
Brings a good point. But people play tournaments, right? With the tournament players, some are more serious than others. Some will go, I wouldn't mind trying a tournament and meet that person who's that math hammer, sweaty, you must die at all costs and stuff like that. How does that make them come back after that? They win. But that's not the point. Tournament players are a different breed. Sorry, high-level tournament players are a different breed.
Yeah, high-level ones. Like, you do get tournament players. Like, I used to play tournaments, and even when I did, I still had the same attitude I have now. I just spent most of my time in the middle of tournaments fighting the other people who were there for fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a game after all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, say something. You were going, I'm sure.
I was going to say, guys, you go, Mark. Please go.
I was going to say, I've come up against a Mac and a dickhead, and I'm going to call them a dickhead in an AOS tournament. And I thought, hey, cool, no worries. I've come up with my lists at 5 minutes before I had to submit the fucking thing. And I've turned up. I've never played a tournament before with this stuff. Still new to the game at that stage. And I saw the list of players, and the guy goes, "Oh, have fun." And I've got, great, this is going to be fun. I'm going to get my ass handed. We've got some guy who's never been near a stick of deodorant in their life, and but actually being able to at that moment go, fuck this, I'm going to turn what is going to be a humiliating defeat into a learning experience, turned it actually into a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And I started to counter some of the bullshit that he was doing by doing his own tactics back at him. And it's like, yes, there were different armies, but I'll still go, oh, he's doing that, so I'm going to try a bit of it myself. And just learning from it made a bit of a fun game. So, yes, I got humiliated. I don't think I got a single point on the board. But I still had a bit of fun, so I took the bullshit and walked away from it.
Would you go back?
Not with the approach that I had then.
Yeah.
Because it was literally, whatever I got painted, whatever I got built that's acceptable to jump into a tournament.
Yeah.
Now I've got more of an idea. I've got more things painted. I've got an army that works in cohesion with itself. I'd probably give it a go if I knew that it was a more low-tier tournament.
Yeah.
Competitive for super big prizes. No, fuck that with a bottle of champagne. No way would I give that another go.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a point there too. You can kind of make your own fun even when you're fighting some dickhead. Like one of my favorite things that happened at a tourney I was playing with my Deathwing. I got up against this fucking Drago Wing army, and I managed to piss the guy off really hard because he tabled me, kicked the shit out of my Deathwing.
Yeah.
But apparently, I was the only person all tournament who killed Drago. It was like, he fucking killed Drago! He got me, but I got him. He got his HQ.
Okay. Yeah, the attitude is a big thing. So, how do you get a new player to enjoy the game? Like, you hear these bad stories. I tried to play against this guy, but he just bought a tournament list and just smashed me. It's, you know, well, that's not going to teach someone to enjoy the game, is it?
No.
So
you kind of have to find out. You have to find out what they expect from it, what they want from it,
yeah,
and try and cultivate that.
And see, some people that come in that are new, however, are the math hammer. Like they will sit there and they will absorb it like a sponge, and wind up being that guy that just rolls as other people.
That leads to, is there sort of a bit of an education piece for those people, and sort of go, you know, you might want to play that way, but you'll probably find not many people want to play against you.
Yeah.
I always approach the games. If the person doesn't know what they're doing, I always try and help them along.
I did that with Adam. Now he's winning, so that stopped.
I know. I'll pick up rules that, you know, just because I watched a video or something, like, go, can't your army do that?
Yeah.
You need to save. Yeah, just trying to remind people what they're doing. It makes for a better game. I mean,
yeah. The amount of times I had to remind Nathan, don't forget your exploding sixes. Oh, shit!
The number of times I've said, like, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Remember, I've got this thing over here. Are you sure you want to do that with those guys?
Yeah. Why? Yes? No?
And ultimately, a closer game is more fun.
Yeah.
Ultimately. Because no one likes getting rolled in turn 2. You know, you want it to be down to the wire.
And I did warn Greg not to charge Trajan Valoris with his last Helion. But he did anyway.
I did anyway. What else is he going to do?
Well, sometimes you do have to sort of roll with what is fun, not what is strategically the best thing for you to do.
Well, you did have to get 6 sixes to kill him, Bogart.
Yep. It was possible.
Yeah.
The question was he having fun doing that?
It was a laugh.
I often find myself kind of bastardizing Firefly when I'm playing my Imperial Guard. If you can't do something smart, do something fun.
Yeah.
Precisely. That's exactly it. Yeah. And as I said, you will come up with all kinds of kooky things when you're just going, well, I know I've lost this, but I'm going to have fun with it. Or annoy the other person. And either way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what about these win-at-all cost players?
I mean, you can kind of bring them around if you immerse them in a group of people who aren't like that.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen Win at All Cost players kind of become more interested in the narrative and become much more fluffy. It does
Fluffiness for the
happen.
win.
You can do it with people.
Yeah.
And, it's really nice to see when it does happen. But some people, that is genuinely what they enjoy. And if the group isn't about that, they will drift away to a different war game. They'll go pick up, like, Bolt Action or something else, and then they'll play that.
You
Win at
say
all
drift, we
costs,
say push.
I think I was a hobbyist, always considered myself to do the hobby first. So when I make a list, it's the model I like the most.
Yeah.
It may not be the best one, but my Tempest army is ridiculously stupid. Jeez, I love
But the
look
models
of
are
it.
awesome.
It's so much fun to field on the table. People give you good remarks about how they look, so they convert it to the nth degree. And that's why I want to I'll bring along a stupid force more often than not, just to actually have it on the table. And that's pretty much how my Blood Angels Phobos force is going. Everything I read about them is their crap. A complete Phobos force is terrible, but I love the look of the models. I think they look really cool. You can sneak them onto the table early. Not always good picks against Harlequins as a showdown.
But you'll get that one mission that says no infiltrating again.
That's right. That'd be fine. They still get the bonuses that if they've got their little antenna backpacks, they're always re-rolling if the captain's around. They don't have to be within 6 inches.
Oh my god, they've got that technology? Why hasn't the guard got it? I'm sure.
And then if you've got a lieutenant, you're re-rolling ones. It works quite well. So, but I'll field a whole force of that just have fun. That's kind of where I'm going. That little
that Salamandalist is mine because I was reading the book and they just had a battle where the Redeemer came out, just laid flames down, and then the first Legion came, first with the Terminator came out. Oh, I gotta get all these firstborns out on the table. I gotta do it. Yeah. Here comes Agaton before his Primaris. I was like, I gotta play him. So
And as I said, this is where some of that randomness comes in. Flamers. Flamers have always been fun.
Yeah.
Always been fun. All the way back to, Genesis. So, and for years and years and years, I never got to shoot anything with a flamer. And when you finally manage it, it's brilliant.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Especially with the old templates that you had.
I was going to say, the old template. Heresy's got the templates back. That's one thing that could get me back.
Well, Heresy still has the templates. They never went away in Heresy.
Yeah, I do want the templates.
And Necromunda.
Vortex grenades.
Yeah.
Just having a template wandering around the field, sucking in whatever it touches, there is no finer way to war game.
The old school with it. Alright, I got to guess 30 inches I've scattered onto my own troops.
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
I'm going to fire my cannon 23 inches.
Yeah.
How does it scatter? Where's the bounce?
Yeah.
I remember one game when you were really good at scattering beyond your max range into my HQ.
I know, it was awesome.
Every time, if I turned in, I've scattered 6 inches into your HQ.
This time I put him to the left. Oh, it's scattered to the left.
Fortuitous tailwind.
I loved it.
My Tyranid HQ never actually got anywhere up the board. He just got pounded by these bloody Lehman Russes for the whole game.
It was beautiful.
Rapid fire dice. Roll your 3 jams and your assault cannon just explodes.
Yeah.
I hate that.
The unpredictability of the game. Yeah, it is. The unpredictability of the game is what I love.
So many times, like the statistical impossibility of rolling that like multiple games in a row.
Yeah.
I had a knack for exploding assault cannon terminators.
Well, the house rule, if you roll a one with your plasma cannon, well, there goes your whole squad. There's a big hole in the ground now. Yeah. That was fun.
Or the old, did you ever get a jam on the Cyclone missile launcher in Second Ed where it fired off the whole fucking thing? Fired all 12 missiles. I think there was one result where the guy spun on the spot and all 12 missiles went out.
Very funny.
I remember Orcs having all those rules. The truck from Gorka Walk, you can put as many as you want on it. If they fall off, they're dead.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't dead, but they were fucking dead.
Yeah.
Ninth is missing a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
explosions and the perils of the warp and stuff still have a bit of the flavour there, but just the randomness of stuff shooting off in every direction's kind of gone a bit.
Yeah.
yeah. I
I'm-
can see why. Like
Yeah,
they want to make it a
for a
serious
tournament,
game,
yeah.
and so they've got to take that stuff out.
And there was a lot of like tables to refer to, and it does become a little bit spreadsheet simulator.
It's very slow to play sometimes. Just trying to get through the first round is hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, they make it a tournament. So I believe that new book is a tournament only book that they brought out. The Nilahililum, because I can never say it properly. It's
Nephilim.
awesome. Excuse you. Yeah. I had something to say then. It was important. Stay tuned.
So important, it's gone away.
It's really gone. That's what I said. Tempest is... I like playing Tempest. That's my favourite format of the game. Why? Because it has that variable thing to it. What do I need to do with this mission? Oh, okay, I've got to go over that way. Oh, you mean in the middle of his entire squad? Piece of piss. Easy.
Yeah. I think like that kind of stuff is probably my favorite way of playing 40k as well. Like I like building like an all-comers list where it doesn't matter who my opponent is. Even if I know what they're bringing, I'll still build a list like that. And I also like having to be flexible and change what I'm doing based on the random fucking objectives. Like, I really like that. Makes the game more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get more around it, because usually we go, oh, I'm going to bring orcs. Oh, yeah, I'll bring guard. And I go, oh, if I'm bringing orcs, I need a lot of DACA. Cool. But that's about it. Instead of having a plasma cannon, it might be a heavy bolter instead. That's the extent of my list tailoring. But I'm trying to move away from that just to make an army list. All right, I'll just bring an army list, see how it goes. Let's have fun.
Yeah, it's like I've got like, a 1,500 point guard army that I've basically just been using that no matter who I play.
Yeah, that's my
it's
wishes.
like, oh, we play 1,500? I'll grab that, because I kind of made a list out of the box set. What was the Indomitus box set and friends kind of thing. Like, the newest models I have are ones I'm most likely going to use.
Yeah, I got 2,200 points of witches, and it's literally take one unit out, put one unit in, depending on where I feel. Yeah.
Well, I think I need to readjust that, because there's been like some points changes or something since I last used it.
I think there's a lot of fun in the list building itself as well. And then when you see it work on the table, oh my god, doesn't that feel good? All those hours and beers truly worked. We'll spend hours. All right, so, go on, Anthony, before I change.
I was going to say, look, I really enjoyed our round of Crusade that we had as well,
Yeah.
Getting down to delving into actually naming your squads and, eventually getting some XP and, yes, this person can do that. And I think my captain's wounded and, he's just carrying scars and, I'd love to keep going with that. We've got to get some more games out.
We've got to get it, organise it, yeah.
Yeah, that was
I've
really
absolutely got to play some games of that. This year. This fucking year, man.
I really did, because I tabled Chris. It was just nice to see the other way around for a change, right?
He tabled me, so there you go. My first time out. One Angels, it's just devastating. I'm still weeping at night about it.
So you touched on you've watched games and stuff, right? And people watch tournament games and watch Twitch. Why? What is it? What's the enjoyment that someone gets from watching a game on Twitch or at a tournament? I'm not saying you. I'm just in general. Why do people do it? I do it. I enjoy it.
And the same shit that I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to see the same armies, same as Mark. See them performing, but also getting ideas on how. More actually to how to hobby. Get some ideas on what they're doing with their fingers and stuff like that. But I started watching. I think the first was Winter's SEO, and he was just funny. He's just hilarious. Every game he plays, and he's a good player, but he just has fun and he does it really well. And
he also makes me look like a technical genius with his amount of errors he has. I go, I'd never make a mistake compared to him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really watch a lot of 40k related streams and stuff, but the kind of things I do watch, like Let's Plays and shit, it's usually for the banter more than the mechanics of the game they're playing.
Yeah.
You got to watch the tabletop tactics one, Abaddon versus everyone.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. It's so funny. I mean, he just survives and survives and survives. It's like, oh, I get 3 wounds back. And he's gonna take them. He kills everyone. I can't remember who gets him in the end. Is it Mortari?
Mort's usually the one that gets most people.
Yeah, I think it's Mort. Maybe. But he goes through 10 uber powerful characters and knights and all sorts of stuff and just...
I'll bring my astropath.
Yeah. They're surprisingly good.
And you bring your red marine, we'll be sorted. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
right.
just club him with the 4-star.
That's it. Yeah. No, I generally watch, if they're running my same army, Salamanders especially I watch, and I pick up things, go, oh, I didn't know they could do that. Oh, that's cool. I might give that a go. But it's definitely the banter that gets my attention. I've said I found a channel that's basically playing Beer Hammer, and they're not smashed off their brain. They're just having a beer while playing, and the conversation it suits us. Yeah. It suits me anyway.
That reminds me, I need to watch Loading Ready Run. We're going to start doing some Kill Team games. I should watch those. That'll be curious.
We did one
Because a lot of them haven't been really big into 40k, and so they decided to do a bunch of Kill Team.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, we did a Kill Team run on the channel, and people enjoyed it. We went, right.
Yeah.
You were there, Mark, weren't you?
I smashed you.
Oh, then I didn't enjoy it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
I think we worked out by the start of term 2. It was that term 2. There was no way you were coming back.
I don't quit this game. This is stupid.
That's what I put at my I was at my Rainbow Space Marines.
Yeah.
The only 5 Space Marines that I own.
Yeah, colour shifting. Ooh.
Sensual.
Alright, so I'm going to wrap it up, if that's all right with you folks. And I'm going to ask you guys to give me, one at a time, a short spiel of what makes a good game of 40k. In a couple of sentences at most. Radio Mike, you're off the bat.
Well, when both people are kind of want the same thing, like both players know what to expect, they kind of know what type of game it's going to be, and then just have some fuck around and do some dumb shit. Good fun.
Yep. Not safe for work, Mark.
For me, as long as I walk out of there just going, well, not going out of there going, well, that was a fucking waste of time. Don't mind losing as long as I've had a bit of fun.
Yeah. Safe for work, Mark. It's been so long. You remember how?
Yeah, I do. Leaving space for those fun moments where you're not necessarily doing things because it's going to help your game, other than really make it more fun.
Anthony.
The banter, seeing some really cool models, conversions, and just those oh my god moments that you just didn't think were going to actually happen and do. Like 3 vehicles all blowing up at once. That's great. And it was my knight, his orc knight, the big
Gargants.
orc,
Yeah.
and his truck. They all blew up, and everything was dead. Everything was dead. it's like I had a figure over in one corner, he had a squad over in the other corner. Like, I call this game.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, definitely the banter. You got to have that banter to have fun. Those dice rolls are the ones, the good and the bad. Can be painful, but can be just joyous and unexpected. It is a dice game, so you got to expect that. I don't care if I lose 60-5. Still had fun. Still got to catch up with my mate, and I'll still catch up with him again. Where I'll smash him that next time. I find it's that challenge for the next. If I lost, okay, what do I need to do for it? I'll do that. Yeah, not bring witches. Easy.
I'm going to bounce that ball, and the next time I'll try and beat that record.
That's it. We did. Yes, Cass decided to put dodgeball on for the kids.
Dodge wrench, dodge ball.
That's it. It's very good. Anyway, we'll get off this crazy pasta bowl just for you, Mark.
It's a very meaty topic.
Yeah, that's it. So again, thank you very much, folks, for joining in. Joker, welcome back, and thank you to Isabel for the subscription as well. You will be able to find us here on this channel, Twitch TV/Redbelly. Tuesday, Thursdays, I'll be hobbying. Hopefully, we've been a bit haphazard lately. I apologise. And of course, Monday Night Gaming. We've been doing Vermintide, the new content. It's been a lot of fun. Join us.
Oh,
I don't know what that said. You shouted too hard, your mic went, no!
It doesn't work. Every time I try and launch the game, it goes, no.
Oh, that's
It's very
sad.
disappointing. I'm
It's a
sad.
fun game.
I've tried.
I'm hopefully going to get some more content for our YouTube channel, which everyone knows what that is, don't we? Safe work, Mark.
RLG Real Loud Gamers.
Yes, well done. So close. This is the fun part I get, right? Just to What about our Facebook page, Mike?
the Facebook page is RLG40K.
And the Twitter, Anthony?
You're asking me about Twitter?
Yes.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and ask me about the Twitter account.
Awesome.
RMG something around?
Now we made me forget. RLG Oz Gaming.
What is Twitter?
What is Twitter? What about Instagram?
It's the
Mark?
thing that Trump and Muskrat haven't talked about. I don't know.
The other Instagram account, Mark. The other Mark. RLG40K. Okay, give away your own social radio, Mike. You want to give away anything?
Do you want to give away anything?
No, do you want to let people know what you're doing out there on the social media front?
That's cool. I was like, I don't do any giveaways. I have a Twitter account, Dirty Scotsman, but I don't talk a lot about hobby on there.
It's true. It's rather rude.
Very boring.
Safe work, Mark. You have anything you want to show?
No,
That's appropriate for people.
I'm exclusively here.
And the world thanks you for that. That's safe for work, Mark. What about you? What socials you got going on?
I have too much wine. The only one to share with the general public is on Instagram, and that's monolithic stuff.
Yes. Anthony, what about yourself?
What's your Twitter handle?
I don't have a Twitter handle. My Instagram is bulldust40k.
Very good. You can find me on Twitter at RedBellyRLG. You can find me on Instagram, RedBellyBlack. And you can find me right here, of course. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
everybody. Hi. What are you doing? What are you wearing? Anyway, let's
Red
move on. Let's move on and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you, folks, for joining us tonight. And until next time, Radio Mike. Oh, hang on. I want to say bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Radio Mike, take it away.
So, you know what they say? A quick game's a good game. But what makes your game good? Let us know! Or don't. I mean, I'm not your dad. But join us next month for more Wobbly Player Syndrome!